Good evening, everyone. Welcome to closing comments here for March 25th. Let's jump right into these charts and see what happened in the markets today. First up, we got our June live cattle on the board. Today we did see this June contract running into some resistance. After yesterday's balance day, we saw those sellers stepping in and trying to draw a line here in the mid 230s, still acting as a good resistance here, holding below this prior swing high. Today's action did briefly poke above that prior day high, but fell short of 236. That's where we ran into a nice little pocket of sellers here and saw that midday breakdown, briefly undercutting Monday's low. A little snapback rally here into the close as this thing did finish up there at 233.75. But a nice little engulfing bar here today on some increasing volume, showing that those sellers are waking back up and going to try and take another run to the downside. Good technical cues here showing that this market is maybe out of gas here in this relief rally, and we should start to see some more downside here in the days to come. Overhead supply zone continuing to act as resistance. As long as these bears can keep defending this 236.5 area, we should see the selling pressure hit this market here before this week is up. Any offers below these prior day lows should get the ball rolling lower. A close down here below 231.35 will confirm this next leg lower and have this market targeting these prior lows here between 224 and 225. Look for the downside to keep pushing this live cattle market lower here throughout the rest of the week. Next up, we got our May feeders on the board. This market just balancing out here today inside that prior day's range. We did take a nice run at that prior day high, but like that live cattle market, we did poke into a little pocket of sellers up there that caused that midday breakdown, briefly pucking back down there, sub 350 levels. But this market is kind of bouncing out here in the top end of that prior day's range. Similar action to yesterday's action in that June live cattle market. These feeders continue to see some resistance here, nice little selling pressure, and that we did get below that prior day low. We expect to see these sellers, now that we still can't get a close back above that bull pivot, we expect these sellers to keep pushing this feeder market lower as well. Good resistance here after probing that prior week high. Good little liquidity grab up there. Sellers stepping in and offering some resistance. Increasing volume here as we have seen roll over into this May contract. We are starting to see this volume ramp up here as we're running into this resistance in the low 350s. Expect to see those sellers take this market lower here near the end of the week. Offers below today's low at 348.5 should take this thing back down to the bear pivot. Any more downside and offers below 343.10 here will keep this market moving lower and heading back down here towards this current year's low. This downtrend still remains intact. We expect to see these bears keep attacking this cattle market in both feeder and live markets. Stay defensive here. Stay cash heavy. This market is going to see some downside here before this week is up. Next up, we got our May corn futures on the board. Nice little rally here today after yesterday's balance action. We did see this market briefly undercut that prior day's low with a nice little liquidity grab there. Rallying here, though, however, late into the close. Nice little finish up there near 468 today, getting another run back up here at that bull pivot. These bulls are continuing to find support at that rising 20-day average here over the last couple of weeks. Still seeing some wide ranges and some volatility here, pretty whippy action. But these bulls continue to build up the pressure. Look for them to take some get some bids rolling in above 470 tomorrow. Should have them attacking these prior week highs. If we can get a close back up here in this area or above these prior swing highs, that'll open the door to $5. So look for this corn market to keep on grinding up there into the high fours. Next up, crude oil prices balancing out still here today. We've got back-to-back inside days here after Monday's big breakdown. However, we are continuing to find support at that 20-day average. Nice strong rally into the close by those bulls today, and we're already getting a bid here in the evening session as this market is trying to poke back above that bear pivot there at 92. If we do get a good opening range breakout or any sort of upside above 92 here overnight, look for that to take this market back up here towards this $100 mark. Bulls need to get a close back above these prior week's highs, and that could open the door to keep trading this thing up into the hundreds. So this market is going to still be very responsive to news, still going to see a lot of volatility here. So we'll expect to see this thing still jumping around. But at the moment, looking like those bulls are reloading here at that 20-day average. It might take another strike back up here towards $100. Look for the upside if we get bids above today's high at 91.73 into the day session tomorrow. Look for that to take this market back up there towards 100. And equity markets, pretty quiet day here for the indexes. Each of them kind of balancing out here and running into some resistance. The Dow did briefly poke above that prior day high, but still running into a lot of resistance here. Still got a lot of sellers overhead. None of these mega cap names look very good. The stock market is still kind of a mess, whether or not this war is going to go on or not. This market is still in a pretty tricky place, so I encourage everyone to still stay cash heavy here. Be pretty defensive and wait for these charts to clean themselves up. There will be better opportunities down the road, but in the meantime, no need messing around or trying to pick any bottoms here in the indexes. Look for the downside to continue. The bears are going to try and take another run back down here towards 6,500 before this week is up. That's all we got for tonight. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for closing comments for the 26th. That's all I got for tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in.